Thanks for today's sponsor, Overpro. Want to learn from pro Overwatch players? For a limited time, all my fans can get a free premium Overpro account. Normally a paid service, but get it free by using the link below. Sign up and start learning today. So would you like to have a water map in Overwatch? I think most of you are probably going to say no. Water levels tend to be the worst part of any video game, pretty much that I've ever played. Anytime I have to go into a water section of the map, it's just frustrating. The controls tend to get weird and everything gets slowed down, and it's just, I don't know. My experiences, water levels, water maps, all that type of stuff in video games tends to just be a super big pain. But some people have asked about it, and Jeff Kaplan actually did respond over on the official Overwatch forums, and he said, "While we might add more water and swimming at some point, we made a very conscious decision to avoid water gameplay for a few reasons. The main reason is that we rarely found swimming gunplay fun in other shooters that we played. While the immersion is great, the actual moment-to-moment gameplay is usually underwhelming, if not gimmicky. Another reason, and one we could easily go back on if we thought swimming added fantastic gameplay, is that every Overwatch hero is animated by hand using keyframe animation. We do this because we believe our animators can get the most personality out of each hero with this method. We really believe in the art form that is animation. Many games use motion capture and or a single body shared animation across many different characters. This isn't the case for Overwatch. Everything is done by hand. If we added swimming, every single character would have to get an intense amount of animation work for the base locomotion, plus animation updates for every ability. The end result would mean that we would get far less animation work on other parts of the game, emotes, highlight intros, etc. But the really big downside would be that every new hero we added to the game would take significantly longer for us to make, thus resulting in fewer heroes over time. So while conceptually we think swimming is cool and adds to the immersion and fantasy of being in a cool game world, the practical reality of it has made us hold off for now. Maybe in the future. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I'm always making videos about cool stuff just like this. So subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Now, speaking for myself and probably a lot of you guys, no, please don't reconsider it and please don't add it in the future. Now, as far as the whole needing new animations thing, well, I guess if they really wanted to, I suppose they probably would because it's a AAA game and this and that and blah, 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 but I don't know, in other first-person shooters that I've played in the past, when you go into the water, there wasn't necessarily a special swimming animation. You just kind of moved around as if you were just in a really long, slow jump. You know what I mean? So kind of like what happens on the Horizon moon map right now when you go outside and it's the whole low gravity thing. I mean, they could basically use that for the water levels. I mean, that actually kind of is very similar to the water level aspect type stuff, where, I mean, basically you're just kind of like floating through space, but instead you would be floating through water. Maybe you would have a little bit more kind of control, vertical control a little bit. You know, you could jump again while you're, you know, floating through the water and stuff and swim up, and I don't know, it just doesn't really seem very good. Not only that, with all the whole sluggishness of it, the balancing of stuff like that would be extremely difficult for a game like Overwatch. It's the reason why the little low grav section of the Horizon moon map is kind of off to the side. It's not necessary to go there. It's more of just like a little, hey, we thought it would be neat to add this, so we kind of did. But it's not in the main part of the map. And the reason for that is because of all the different character types in Overwatch. Think about it for a second. If you had basically a large body of water, any character that has long-range abilities would just absolutely dominate. You could set up a Widow or a Bastion or even a Pharah or something else and just have it sit on the shoreline and just pick off people as they're swimming very ever so slowly across the water. I mean, the balancing for it would just be unbelievably difficult. So if they do add water, I think they're going to basically do the same kind of gimmicky thing that they did with the low gravity, which was they only put it on, a little section of the map. But again, with all the whole animation stuff that they need to do for it, it's not going to be worth it. So I think what we're probably going to see, realistically, for water in Overwatch, is it's going to be basically knee-high. Like, you can walk through it, it'll probably slow you down ever so slightly, but other than that, that's about it. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server where you can join the community and find other players to group with. The link for that is in the description. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.